Alright, what's up everybody? Sorry that I just jumped in front of the camera, but it's just me today manning the camera. So if you're at home and you are watching this video and you guys have any questions or anything like that, I won't be able to answer them during the video, but I promise that as soon as I'm done, I will start answering any questions that anybody has. So still feel free to chime in, ask questions, make comments, anything that you guys want. Let me know that you guys are participating, and I will promise I will get back to you for that. So again, because I want to make sure I answer all of your questions, I'm going to show you guys the workout. I'm going to go through 2 sets of each exercise with you guys, so you guys have a visual of what we're doing, you understand what we're doing, and then I can get to any questions that people have sooner. So one of the big questions that I've gotten with the stay-at-home workouts is that body weight is great, but some people still want to use weights, which is awesome, but not everybody has a lot of really heavy weights sitting around. A lot of people with your at-home equipment is stuff that's lighter. So what can you still do with lighter dumbbells, lighter resistance, even your bands? I'm going to use dumbbells in this workout, but by all means you can use bands. Things that are more exercise equipment that people stereotypically have, and still get a good workout. So today the workout, what we're going to focus on, I'm going to pick up the iPad in just a second and show you guys, is we're going to focus on arms and shoulders. So these smaller muscle groups actually, for toning purposes, really like higher reps and lighter weights. So they're really good muscles to use this kind of at-home workouts to still know that you're getting a good burn from them, and you're going to still get some toning. So when all of this is over and you get to go outside and have your tank tops on, because I had people already say like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous that it's going to be summer and I'm going to have tank tops and no arms. We can still do it. So I'm going to show you guys the workout first. So let me grab my iPad here real quickly. Hopefully I don't block anything. So I'm going to go over the first set. The first set, the goal is to do 4 rounds. Again, I'm going to be doing 2 rounds with you guys, so you guys can see what you're doing. We're going to focus on arms first. So let me set you guys back up, make sure I don't knock you over. So again, you can have lighter with biceps and triceps. They're totally fine with having lighter weight. They don't have to have a ton of resistance to still get a good workout. So we're going to start, we're just going to alternate between a bicep exercise and a tricep exercise. So just grab your weights. We're just going to do a stereotypical bicep curl to go first. So I do want to have my palms facing up this first round. I don't want to have weak wrists, so make sure your wrists are still active. You will get some forearm tendon involved in there too, but that's okay. But again, don't be weak-wristed. That'll put a lot of pressure on your wrist that you're not going to like very much later. So strong wrist. Make sure your shoulders are rolled back, so you don't want to be too rolled forward. The bicep tendon attachment that's up here will get too fired up. It won't like it. So roll those shoulders back, nice tight core, and then you're just going to go straight up and lower slowly down. Because it's lighter weight, again, just to get that extra pump in there, lower that down slowly, and you'll get an extra burn into your biceps. You'll exhaust them out a lot faster. So we're doing 10 reps of these. We're doing 10 reps of everything in this first set. So I think that's 6. So again, I'm terrible at counting even for myself. But anybody who's used to working out with me, you know that. So 2 more. Again, nice and slow, keeping the shoulders back, not letting them round forward. Good. So that's our first exercise, just with bicep curls. So the next thing we're going to go to is just a standard tricep kickback. So what I want you guys to do, again, keep those shoulders rolled back, down away from your ears, pushing down, retract those shoulder blades, hinge forward just a little bit, don't round, keep your back nice and flat, bring your elbows up so your triceps are already engaged. Don't lose this. I see a lot of people start swinging it too much. Still keep this top part of your arm nice and stable. Don't let it move. So that way you can isolate out your tricep, and when you kick it back, you really are squeezing every single tendon attachment of your tricep, and then bring it back in. Again, I'm not launching it back there, I'm not swinging, this isn't really doing anything, and it puts a lot of unnecessary pressure on your joints. So if you are doing that, your weight is probably too heavy to begin with, so you can drop down. So again, we're keeping it here. We're going to keep it there for all 10 reps. I'm going to grab my other weight, do both sides at the same time, shoulders away from my ears, and we're going to do 10 of these together. 2, 3, remember at the back of the movement, really get a good squeeze. Make sure that tricep is really getting fired up. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, awesome. So we're gonna go back to a bicep exercise now. So we're gonna go to a hammer curl. So we're just gonna change the direction of how we're hitting the biceps. So remember the first one, we did a standard bicep curl, our palms are facing up. Now we're gonna turn our wrists so our palms face together. Sometimes I say the thumbs up position. But palms face. Again, really don't let your shoulders collapse. Keep them back. Same thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go slow on the way down. So we're gonna curl all the way up, slow on the way down. Again, we're doing 10 of these. I'll turn to the side. Again, I don't want you guys to hike it up. Again, putting unnecessary tension on your joints that you don't need, and you're not really isolating out your muscle. So just really nice and smooth. If you have to hike them, again, it's probably too heavy of a weight, and I'd rather you work on your control. Let's say this is 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. So hopefully you guys already have like a little bit of a burn going on in your biceps and your triceps. Again, they're smaller muscles. They actually don't mind having higher rep and lower amount of weight. If your weights are too light, go ahead and add on repetition to these exercises. That's okay. So again, if it's a lot lighter in weight, make it 15, make it 20 repetitions. That's okay. So you'll get the burn that's appropriate for the weight that you have. So exercise 4, in our first circuit, we're going to go back to a tricep exercise. We're going to do overhead tricep extensions. So I'm going to use 2 weights. I do it like this. I'll do it from the side first. So again, I'm not hiking my shoulders up, keeping my shoulders down. And I'm just going to go straight up. Again, at the very top, I'm going to get that extra squeeze in the tricep. Lower slowly down. I'll turn it to the front. Say that's 4. 5, again, I'm not shrugging at the top. I'm making it so it's my tricep. Good, so you guys can finish this out. Give me about 3 more reps. If the 2 is that's hard on your wrist, you guys can go ahead and do more of a skull crusher action with 1 dumbbell. Sometimes that 2 dumbbell is a little difficult on the wrist. So you can do the skull crushers instead. All right, so we're going to go through that one more time together. Again, what I would like you to do for the actual workout is do 4 rounds of this. So, but we'll do 1 more round together again so I can get to anybody's questions or anything faster. And we'll go back to the regular bicep curls. So this time, just to switch it up, we did slow on the way down. Now we're going to do slow on the way up. So 10. So shoulders down and back, away from my ears. My core is still nice and active and engaged. So still throwing in some core. We're going to go slow on the way up. And down. 3, 2, 1, and down. Good. So we're just working on different levels of exhaustion in your bicep muscle. Still getting a really good arm count. Nice and slow on the way up. And down. Give me 2 more. And down. Good. So the next one we're going to do is the tricep extensions. Remember, I don't want you guys to kick way out. I don't want you guys to hike it back, because then you can just see, like, even from this forward angle, like you can see that my shoulder is just hiking forward. We don't want that pressure on our shoulder joint. So shoulders down and back. Bring those elbows up to your side. Keep them there. Squeeze at the back. That's 1. We got 10 of these. 3, 4. I want to exhale as I squeeze at the back. 6. Inhale. Exhale. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Shake it out. Now we're going to move back to those hammer curls. So remember, the first round of exercises for biceps, we did standard, hammer, bring your arms in. Still keep those shoulders rolled back. Hammer really likes it to make it so your shoulders roll in. So still emphasize that your shoulders are back. Just turn the angle of your wrists. And here we go. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, awesome. So the last exercise of this, again, we're going back to the triceps. I'm going to do the skull crushers. So the people who are doing the skull crushers, again, the first one, I'll go back to that, just so you know, it was 2 at the same time. But again, if that hurts in the wrist to hold it, sometimes people don't like that, they have a weaker wrist than the other, is not a problem to go ahead and hold your dumbbell more like this and go this way. So I'll do it from the side. Again, we're not reaching way up, keeping those shoulders retracted. And here we go. We got 10 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. So, like I said, I'm just going to go through 2 rounds of these exercises with you guys. If you're at home and you're doing this workout, I do want you to do 4 rounds of this so you get a really good burn in your muscles. You should hopefully already feel a little bit of a burn in your biceps and your triceps. So keep it on going. Again, adjust. If you have lighter weights and you're not really feeling it yet, just up your rep count and that's totally fine. So just make this workout work for what you have at home. So we're going to move on to a more shoulder heavy circuit. So let me grab my iPad here. I'll bring you guys with me. All right, here we go. So this one's going to be more shoulder heavy. Again, I have 4 rounds of this for you guys. I'm just going to do 2 rounds of it for you. So if you guys have questions, I have people texting me right now, not on Facebook, but texting me questions. I will get to you guys as soon as I can. So again, I'm going to do 2 rounds with you guys so you can at least see what we're doing. And at home, if you're doing the workout, I want you guys to do 4. So I'm going to set this back down and I'll explain them through for you. Make sure you guys can see it okay. All right, so again, we're back to lighter weights. Shoulders like lighter weight. Again, adjust it. So if it's too light of weight for your own shoulders, just up the rep count. That's totally okay. I'm using 10s right now just because a lot of people have 10s at home. It's just one of those standard set of dumbbells. But again, if you need to go lighter, go lighter. If you can go a little heavier with your dumbbells, that's awesome. But for shoulders, you really don't need to go super heavy to get a really good pump and some good toning. So first exercise that we're going to do is just a standard military overhead press. So military, we're going to go out wide like you're making a field goal post. Again, I'm not shrugging up. I'm keeping my shoulders down and retracted. I don't want to hyperextend my back. I know I have a huge problem doing that, so I have to be extra conscious about it. So make sure you're still keeping your core and your glutes active. When you press up, I'm glad that I'm doing this from the side because I want my ears and my biceps to be even. A lot of times, some people go behind themselves. That's not as common as people who go too far forward. So when you see that, when you do the too far forward, you overdevelop into the labrum of the shoulder, and that's not what we want. We want those nice capped shoulders. So when you press up, make sure that your biceps are even with your shoulders. And so that's the angle that we want. So here we go. We're going to do 10 of these together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Again, when you're doing those, make sure you don't shrug too high up. So there's a high reach. I have really long arms. So we're too high reach. And again, we're still always making sure that those biceps are staying even with our ears, not going too far forward. And then you'll know if you're going too far back because you'll feel like you're falling backwards. But again, most people go too far forward, biceps even with ears. So I'm going to drop to a lighter weight. I did shoulders yesterday, so my shoulders are burning right now. So I'm going to do what I call shoulders around the world. So I'm going to grab these lighter weights just so I don't struggle in front of all of you guys. So what you're going to do is we're going to combine a front raise with a lat raise, and it's going to be non-stop, and we're going to do 10 of them. So shoulders down away from your ears, up, out, down, and then up, back, forward, down. That's 1. We have 10 of those. So here we go. Up, out, down, up, back in the front, and back down. I'll do it from the side. Up, out, down, up, back forward, and down. That's 3. Oh my gosh. Okay. Up, out, down. I should have known this when I was doing shoulders yesterday not to do this, but that's okay. Up, out, down, up, out, together. It's really easy when you're doing these front raises and lat raises to want to shrug it up. Really stay conscious about keeping those shoulders down, not to hike it. You want to make sure those shoulders are isolated and working. Again, if you're hiking it, it's probably just like a little too heavy, or you're just not thinking about it. That's okay. So just really consciously make the effort to keep those shoulders down and isolated out in this work. Good. I think we have 3 more. Again, I'm terrible at counting even for myself, so my clients watching, I do it to myself, not just you. And release. Woo, okay, that one almost always works on getting a good burn into your shoulders really quickly. So that's always a keeper. So the next one, I'm going to go down onto the floor. We're going to do a plank front raise. So we're going to add a little core element into it. So adding some stuff into it, making it so it's not just your upper body. We're going to come down. I'll do it for my knees first. Again, this one is definitely a lot more challenging. So if you have lighter weight, go ahead and drop to it. You can do it without any weight whatsoever, and you'll get like a really good core and stability work. So we're going to drop down. You only need 1 dumbbell, and come down onto your knees into a plank position, and you're just going to do a front raise. So I do it more from the thumbs up position. That's what I like to call it. More of a neutral position. Shoulder back. Really easy to want to shrug that shoulder up. Keep it down and back, and do your raise from here. We're going to do 10 per side. Again, we're working hard not to get the hips. I could already feel myself doing it to stay even, so we're still getting that core stabilizers fired up as well. And then if you're strong enough, go ahead and pop up onto those toes. I'm going to do 1 more. And then we're going to switch sides. So roll your wrists out. Sometimes your wrists take a lot. They're doing a lot of work today, holding all the dumbbells the whole time. So give your wrists a shake if you need it. And we'll go to the other side. Again, I'm doing it with the thumbs up position. A little easier. If you want to change it, a lot of people like doing this position. My shoulders tend to like to shrug, so I try to avoid that one. I just know that about myself. We're going to do 2 more. And good. Awesome. So hopefully you guys have a lot going on with your shoulders right now. Again, if you're at home, I want you guys to do 4 sets. I'm just going to do 2 with you. I'm going to do 1 more round. Again, I did shoulders yesterday, so I'm really feeling it. So hopefully you guys at home are feeling it. Let me know if you're feeling it. Again, luckily, you don't need a lot of heavy weight. I was just doing those with 5s, and I could tell that my shoulders were working. So luckily, these are common weights that people will have at home, 5s, 10s. So you can definitely get through this workout with those kinds of weights. But we're going to do 1 more set together of the military presses, the shoulder around the worlds, and the plank front raises. So here we go. Again, I'll do these from the side, just so you guys remember, when your shoulders go up, biceps and ears are even. So that's 1, 2, 3. Again, I'm making sure I don't hyperextend. Don't want my low back doing anything unnecessary. Giving myself a little extra core work in there. It might be little, but it's still something. 7, 8, 9, 1 more, 10. Good. Shake it out. So I'll step with the 5s on that one, since I'm getting ready for the around the worlds, because those get tiring. If on the around the worlds, because I know it's a pretty demanding, because your shoulders are under constant retention, so they burn really quickly. You guys can stop and actually just do a front raise, lower, into a lat raise. You can take that circular part out so you can give your shoulders a second. I just like adding that extra element by keeping my shoulders under retention, just get that much extra of a burn. So I'm going to keep it the circle, but again, if you want to just do front raise to lateral raise, that's totally fine too. So make it work for you. Make sure that your shoulders aren't doing anything crazy, that we're not shrugging too much, we're not rounding too far forward. So make it so you're still working on getting more of the cat, more your anterior, your delt, and your rear delts, not your traps. So here we go with 10 shoulder around the worlds. So I'll do it from the side again, just so you guys at home are making sure that I don't shrug. So here we go. So front raise, round it back, lower it down. Lateral raise, round it back forward, lower it down. That's one. Again, these are really hard. So if you need to modify it, I'll do a couple that are modified here real quick. I'll finish this one out. Go back forward. You can do just a front raise, just a lateral raise. Still count that as one round. Just take that circular part, this part, out of it to give your shoulders a second to reset. So we'll just say this is 7. So we got 3 more. Then I'll do a modified one. So forward and then out. That's 8. Another modified one. Good. If you want to change the angle, we'll do the thumbs up one. That one always gets me good. So thumbs up, out, lower. The lateral raise, if you do the thumbs up version, really easy to want to shrug it. So really be conscious of keeping this out. Bring it back in, get a little extra pec motion in there, and back down. We'll do one more regular together. And rest. All right, so that's the last one of those that we'll do together. Again, try to do 4 rounds if you're at home. We're doing 2 together. I'm asking you for 4. If today all that your body has is 3 rounds, that's okay. So, again, I like doing 4 rounds of everything. It's just who I am. My clients, I know you're tired of hearing me say the number 4. But, all right, plank front raises. So, here we go. We'll be here. Again, this one, really easy to want to shrug it up. Really easy to want to hike it up. Just really nice and controlled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. We're going to go ahead and switch over to the other side. Again, if you're strong enough to do it on your toes, awesome. Go up onto your toes. I'm keeping myself on my knees so I can keep talking to you guys. And again, I did shoulders yesterday. I'm feeling this. 2, 3. This is a very challenging one, so lighter weight, totally fine. No weight, I'll do it with some no weight. Still working on my plank and my shoulder stability by doing it with no weight. Still getting a workout in. I'll do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Okay, so you guys can go ahead and shake that out. We'll start talking about the next round. So we've already done our arms. We did biceps and triceps in the first set. We just did shoulders, more shoulder, got a little core involved. We are going to be using our core in the next section. So shoulders, now we're going to move into chest. So the next section is actually completely on the floor. We're going to get our legs a little involved in this one too, because we're going to need them to be warmed for your finisher. So just kind of sneaking in a little bit warm up for your legs. We're going to go to the floor. So I'm going to switch out my 5s back for my 10s. So the first one we're going to do is a chest press with a leg raise. So we're going to add in a core element to it. So this one, a little bit coordination involved in this one, some choreography. So the way that I teach it that makes the most sense to me is arms up, legs up. So this is always my starting position just so I can get a good groove going on. And then as I lower my arms into the chest press, I'm going to lower my legs. I'm only going to lower them as far as I can control it. Because if I lower really far in my arch in my back, that's going to put a lot of strain on my low back. So I'll just lower it right to here. And then as my arms press up in the chest press, I raise my legs. That's 1. We're going to do 10 of these. Again, everything's 10, keeping it in a nice medium range. Again, if your weights are too light, go ahead and add some reps. That's totally fine. Make the reps match the weight that you have. I just stuck it at 10 for that nice medium range in this workout. But you can adjust at home based on what you have. So again, we're just adding a little core element into this. We're going to do 3 more. 2. And 1. Good. So weights at your side. So the next thing that we're going to do is now we're going to add a leg into it. We're going to add some hip stability into it with some chest flies. So I'll do my leg that's closest to you guys first, my left leg. So what we're going to do is a one-legged bridge. If one-legged bridge is too hard, go ahead and do 2-legged bridges the entire time. So I'll start with my left leg, chest fly. Same concept, arms up, legs up. So I'm gonna squeeze my glute, get my leg up. This leg is just along for the ride. I just hold it out. It's not really doing anything in particular. As I lower my arms down into the fly, I lower my butt down, squeeze my butt as my arms come back up together. That's one. We're gonna do 10 on each leg. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. I'm going to switch my legs out. Now my left leg's just kind of up and along for the ride. I'm going to get my right foot in the right spot. Right leg is now up. Same thing. My leg lowers as my arms lower. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. So those are the only 2 exercises in this set. Since we have multiple things going on, they're more compound total body exercises working. I don't have as many exercises because we're getting a little bit more bang for our buck by combining muscle groups together. So I'm going to go through this again one more time with you guys. You guys have 4 rounds at home. So we're going to go back to the chest press with the leg raise. If the leg raise is just not happening because of your low back, just do regular chest press. So I'll do a couple of those with you guys first, where I'm taking the leg raise out, and we'll do one more set together of just 10. So again, I'll take the leg raise out. So feet just nice and planted, helping keep my back nice and neutralized on the floor, so I'm not arching my back. I'm still getting some core involved. And here we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to add my leg raise back in. So this is the more advanced by adding more total body aspect into the workout. We'll do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So again, just make that one with what you can make of it at home. If the leg raise, adding that into a chest press was too much on your low back, take the leg raise out. That's totally fine. We're going to do the chest flies now. I'm going to do the chest flies at first with just my feet on the floor. I'm doing 2-legged bridges instead of 1-legged. So if 1-legged bridges are just not something that you can do right now, or you're just asking your body to multitask a little too much with a 1-legged bridge and a chest fly, having both feet on the floor is totally fine. So I'm going to do the first 10 with both of my feet on the floor doing my bridges, and then I'll do 5 and 5 just so I'm evened out with the 1-legged. So here we go. Last time with our chest flies. So again, arms up, butt up. I'm going to start from this position. So lower and raise. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to add the 1-legged back in just to make sure I'm even. I'm going to do 5 on each side because we got 10 more reps to go. So back to my left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, I switched it halfway, so I'm going to just do 5 more on my right. Don't get confused by my counting. 1, 2, 3, 2 more, 4, and 5. Good. Awesome. So we're done with that set. Again, I did 2 sets with you guys at home. If you can do 4, I'd like you to do 4. If 3 is just where you're at today, do 3. That's okay. But hopefully you guys now know how to do those exercises and the modifications that are appropriate for you. So we got one last section. It's actually just legs. So now your arms are pretty smoked, hopefully. So I just want to add a little bit. I always have a finisher in my workouts, so it's going to be more leg intensive, just to get your heart rate up. Shoulders get a break, your arms get a break, your chest gets a break. We're going to get your legs to be involved. So I purposely put some stuff into this circuit right before just to make sure we have some heat in your legs first. So we're going to do 3 rounds. I will do one round with you guys. 3 rounds of 50 total, or 25 each side, mountain climbers, 50 pulse squats, and then 25 calf raises. So 50 mountain climbers, 25 each side. So we're going to get down to that plank position. Make sure that your palms are underneath your armpits. A lot of times you see people with their hands way too far in front of their shoulders. So be here. Goal is to try to use your abs to bring in your knees as close as they can. So here we go. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20, 30, 40, 7, 8, 9, 50. Awesome. So that's one. So then the next exercise, 50 pulse squats. So we're going to stay down low in that squat, get a really good glute burn. Make sure that you're not rounding your back too far. Go to the length of the squat that you can, or the depth of the squat that you can, and we're going to stay down there and pulse 50 times. So down, 1. That's 10. That's 20. Stay down here with me. That's 30. Oh no! Facebook, come back. That's 40. Sorry, Facebook. And 50. That's fine, but since you're at home, you should have something that you can lean against. So I'm just going to grab onto this just for balance. And we're just going to do good old-fashioned calf raises, just like this. So 25 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want something deeper, you can go to a stair. You can actually fall deeper down into it and get a little bit more of a burn that way. If you want to add a little bit of challenge, you can go ahead and do one leg at a time. If you're doing one leg, just make sure you do the same amount on one side as you do the other. So I'm going to do 5 more with you guys. 4, 1 more. And good. Awesome. So I'm just doing that one round with you guys. At home, I want you guys to do 3. If you want to add some more rounds onto it, go for it. So hopefully I showed you guys how you can get a really good pump into your shoulders and your arms at home. So all of my friends that have been asking if they can still be ready for tank top season when hopefully this is all over, you still can. And you can still do it with the weights that you most likely have at home. So I already posted the workout on Facebook on Emerge. So go ahead and go back to it. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you.